Hey, there he is.
Hey, how we doing?
What's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Nothing much. Can you hear us? We all good?
Yeah, all good.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Dude, how are you? How are things?
Things are good. Sorry, apologies if I'm a little out of it. I got food poisoning in the middle of the night
Oh,
last night.
holy
Oh,
shit.
jeez.
What'd you have?
Well, chicken from Whole Foods just didn't hit right.
Oh,
No.
no.
Oh.
Whole Foods food poisoning?
I know, not a great day, but we're
That's
powering through it.
terrible.
Are you
Jeez.
sure you're good to?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
cool. Awesome.
Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. And that's tough too, because when you have Whole Foods chicken, sometimes it hits too. Was it a situation where it was like a good meal and then it hit you?
Out of the
Oh
blue in the middle of the
no,
night.
You got Trojan horsed, my friend.
that's
Things you hate to
terrible.
see.
You hate to see
I'm
it.
going on strike. No more Whole Foods.
No
chicken
more
for
Whole
us.
Foods. We're stand in solidarity with you.
There we
For our
go.
boy.
But dude, thank you so much for doing this. We just hit. This is going to be our 100th episode, so we
yeah,
wanted to
congrats.
get. Thank you, appreciate that. We wanted to get a bunch of like old guests that we had on when we were like first doing the show and first starting out. So it means a lot to us that you wanted to hop on and do this with us. So thank you again for making the time. So a lot has changed, obviously. So you're now in LA.
Yeah,
Wow, that's great. So when did that move happen?
like 3 weeks ago tomorrow.
Oh my God, very recent.
Yeah.
Very recent move. What prompted that? Like what happened where you were decided to move to LA?
Just kind of happened where all the artists I work with, everything I'm kind of doing is out there. I went down to Nashville for a week in March, had a great time, but just kind of as like things started growing and growing, it just kept pulling me more and more towards here. So I just decided,
Gotcha.
let's just do it.
What were your thoughts on Nashville? Like what was the differentiator between, going to LA and Nashville?
Yeah, so I love Nashville. When I went, everyone I was with was like super awesome. I just felt like I'm not going to be all in on just country, like, and I do want to do the kind of poppier stuff. You gotta
Right.
go where that's kind of the mecca, and
Right.
just see what happens from there.
Yeah. I've always said, because I moved from Nashville. So I was in Nashville and I moved to New York. And I've always said that Nashville is the perfect place to visit and spend a little bit of time. It's to live there is a lot. It's very draining. And unless you're just so gung ho about being a singer songwriter, it's very tough to like bring yourself to every single open mic and just keep going to those writer rounds. It can get very tiring. And the people who do it, I give them so much props. But Nashville in general can be very draining. But I don't know how you feel. Has LA been treating you well the past 3 weeks? Like, how do you like it? Are you enjoying it?
Oh yeah, it's been awesome. It's been a whirlwind. Like there's something going on every day, every night, like some kind of like writers round or showcase or
Yeah.
just something. So you kind of got to pick and choose before you get worn out.
Right. Are you, so you said the artists that you're working with mainly live in LA or are based in LA. Are you doing like a lot of sessions? Like how many sessions are you like doing a week?
5 or 6 a week now. I'm pretty much
Damn.
full time, like producing
Hell
and writing
yeah.
for and with other artists, and not really doing like
Wow.
rough the EDM artists anymore. I haven't really
Right.
like done anything for that in like the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations
thank
on
you.
doing that like full time now. That's
Do
amazing.
you like that? Is that like so you want to be doing?
Oh yeah.
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 For
Are you
sure.
like, are you glad that you've like moved away kind of from the EDM artist, or is it like, do you still like want to go back to that?
I mean, I haven't wanted to go back at all. I love it because
Nice.
it just gives you the opportunity to like do a different thing every single day. Like it could be so different. You go
Right.
from a ballad to a country song to like a Latin song, like all in the same 3-day span. Which
Wow.
I love.
Yeah. It's also, I mean, that's, growing your catalog as a writer. Like that's huge to like show as your portfolio. Like I've hit all these different genres. I can work with anybody.
For sure. That's kind of the goal. That's what I've been trying to show on like social media, just as much different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say all over the place on social media with the,
Pumping out the content.
yeah, you're pumping out videos and if you're a singer, like reply to this video or like duet this video, those always seem to do well. Are those like, is that how you found most of the people you work with?
Yeah, those have kind of been like the go-to for the last like 6 months now. Try not to
Gotcha.
overdo them, but I film a ton of them.
Right.
I love them.
Thank you.
So often they're like not only like informative but
Right.
entertaining. Like that's tough. It's not it's easy enough to do one or the other, I guess.
Mm.
But like I feel like you hit such a good middle ground for both.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like with your content that you put out too, you're very good at mixing in other things besides just like if you're a singer, like do this. I think that when you're also putting out like informational videos and like videos where you're kind of teaching people like how to do things, like how to make. I saw one where you were like how to make your drums sound more human or humanized. Like I think that's really good that you show that depth. I've always kind of respected that about your content.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's another thing with not really being an artist anymore, that you get to do more of that stuff and not just like keep
Right.
pushing your song over and over and over.
Right. Do you find that that's easier to do, like to, I guess, promote other people performing with you than just yourself?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Something like new.
Right. Have you had the chance to like perform at all with the artists you're working with?
No.
Okay.
Just sessions, like so many sessions.
Yeah.
Just kind of gotta keep running the gauntlet until you find your people.
Right. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
I feel like so I guess if you're not putting out, I guess, music under your name anymore, how are you going about, like how do you pick and choose what to post on social media? Like how do you go about deciding like what's the right things to post based on, because it's not just you're putting out there anymore, like you're working with other people. So how do you like differentiate those things?
Yeah, so it's either songs I've written with someone that we would then want like another artist to cut, and then they just sang the demo vocal, or it's just like random instrumentals I just have sitting around that I haven't even brought to a session yet. So it's like might as well throw it
Right.
up on social media first, see if there's any reaction there before we even try to write to it.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. So you're using it as kind of like pre-feedback.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
how do you feel about I don't know, I guess like fans or like commenters in general? Like I feel like generally it's mostly positive. I did see one comment on one of your videos. It was, I think you're talking about writer's block or something, and you're like, oh, you should try like putting up a different drum loop, like and like try writing to that instead, just to shake things up. And so the guy was like, dude, if I'm having trouble writing, how can I write to a drum loop? It made me laugh. I was like, okay, you might be missing his point, but
I mean, there's always going to be people who are just, they think the way they see
yeah,
music and music making is like, the way it is. And like one of my life mottos is like literally nobody cares how hard it was for you to make the song. They only care about the song. And
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that
That's
pisses
fair.
off a lot
Facts.
of people all the time, because I spent, 10 grand in amps and I created this guitar tone and it cost me 6 grand. All right, great. I pulled it up in a plugin in 3 seconds, and you're mad that that's now the state of the industry. So you're going to take it out on everyone who has the ease of access. Like there's always going to be people like that.
Right. Right.
And the fact is, like, I don't know how many years from now people are going to be talking about maybe that plugin, and they're going to be trying to make oh well I had the plugin that Ruff used back in whatever.
Yeah.
People like to idolize things for no reason. When you're right, like really, like you could have recorded it through a tin can as long as somebody likes it. Like,
Right.
so it matters.
Yeah,
at the
that's
end
a
of the
big
day.
thing I've been trying to put out there. Like, and a lot of people get angry, but that's kind of the point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nobody got success by making everyone happy. That's for sure.
No.
But so now that kind of your career is based on collaborations, how do you walk that line of having your own creativity and someone else's creativity kind of lead the way in a song? How have you worked with yourself on collabing with other people? Do you find yourself pushing more of like, this is my idea for the song, or are you like kind of along the ride with the other person you're working with?
For sure, yeah. So like, I kind of always say, like, whatever's best for the song. And I only really like to work with people that kind of think that way. So if you come in with a certain title idea or a concept or something, and you're just so, gung ho committed to that being it and that's it, it's probably not going to be a great song. You just got to, everyone just take it line by line, part by part. And it's like, is this better, worse, or the same as what we just had? Oh, it's better. Everyone agrees, move on. And you can't really kind of butt heads over something if everyone agrees. So if you kind of have no agenda and you just want to make the best song, you just kind of work together in that way instead of having to push, whatever you think it needs to be before it even is there.
Right. And so like when you're doing that, do you ever have moments when you're working with someone and they're like really trying to go in a direction that you kind of are pulling back on?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely happens. Then you just kind of got to figure out a way to make that direction now be the best possible option.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I guess at the end of the day, right, it's their material.
Right.
Which can be tough. So do you find yourself, like, I guess, letting the song, like you said, do what's best for the song? So that means like letting the song guide the way.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay.
That's good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. We were just talking about this before. Like, you never end up writing the song that you wanted to write. You end up writing its weird cousin.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's never like when you sit down to write the song, you're like, man, I have this idea for it. This is exactly what it's going to be. It's going to have these instruments. I'm going to do this for the melody, and it's never the exact same thing you thought it was
never.
Be.
But that's how it should be.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of the beauty in it, I think. Like,
do you find yourself when you're writing, because I know that do you write lyrics to songs, or are you really just like making beats and like building the actual song and producing? Do you write lyrics like before?
Yeah, it's my favorite part of the whole shebang, for sure.
Really? Do you like, because I know you always say in your videos you're like, I'm not a singer, but like
that's where it gets tough, because it's like that is my favorite part, but I do have to have a little bit of like a thing there too.
Yeah, no, well, first of all, I don't think you have to be able to sing to be a good songwriter, but like I was just very curious if like that was something you really enjoyed. So that is awesome. I'm glad that you do.
What's your process like? Does it change per person you're working with, or do you have like you like to write lyrics first, second?
It's pretty much always got to be melody first, no matter what. Just mumble melody.
Yeah, that's me. I do the same thing, and then and then I'm trying to cram like a lyric I really want in to the melody, and I'm like, why isn't this working?
Yeah, it's that give and take with lyrics and melody.
But then it's beautiful. Kind of like when you get the right lyric, it fits like a puzzle piece, and you're like, oh.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you find the lyrics, I guess, to be the most important part in your writing specifically?
Only if you have a good melody.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like what would you consider to be a good melody then? Like what does that entail? Would it be like something that sticks in your head right away, or is it something that's like easy to sing? Like how do you
both? Yeah, easy to sing and catchy.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I mean, I feel the same way. It's so hard sometimes to actually like get to a point where you're like, damn, this is a really good melody. I don't know if anyone, maybe it's just me, but like I feel like sometimes it's like you're stuck on something. You're like, it's so close to being a really good melody, but it's not there yet. And sometimes like getting it to that spot can be like pulling teeth.
Yeah, yeah, definitely can be. Especially if you've got a good foundation, or like you already know, like, I guess like the vibe of the song is kind of fits the mood. Right. And I feel like the melody, the melody is so important. It like dominates the mood a lot of the time.
Absolutely. It's everything, literally.
Right. Yeah. Well, so we have this one question that we've been asking everyone that we've had on to interview, because it's our 100th episode. So we're asking everyone what their favorite 100 thing is. It could be something with 100 in the name. It could be something that is 100. It could be just like a piece of advice where you're keeping it 100. But the thing that I've been saying is my favorite thing is a 100-degree angle chair, because it's not 90 degrees. You're not up straight. You're a little bit reclined. You're relaxed, but you're still able to like get things done. You can still work on your
Oh, yeah.
laptop. You can still, you can do anything basically, but you're still a little bit relaxed. So that's my favorite thing. What's your 100 thing?
I mean, as probably cheesy as it sounds, like 100%. Like, so many people think they're giving 100%, but they're really probably only at 20, 30.
Right.
So
Yeah.
whatever you think your 100% is, okay, great. You're 1/3 of the way there.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that.
So true.
It's a great
That's
answer.
so true.
And I think that your videos always show that you're putting forth 100%, because again, I think it's about the amount of times that you are truly putting yourself out there. And that's the biggest part. And I think that you do a really good job of that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, hey, so that's all that we have for today. We would love to have you on next time. Like, you're coming out with some new songs, let us know. We'd love to have you on. And also, some of the artists you're working with, we'd love to promote some of the music. So definitely let us know, and we'll hopefully be able to do another one of these sometime. But we really appreciate you taking the time to do this with us.
Appreciate you having me on. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, great to see you too, man. Well,
Great. Have a
again,
good one.
yeah, you too. See ya.